senang cari, and kalau kau nak macam target yang contoh macam yang ada banyak self initiative dari sendiri kan, aku suggest kau work together with university. So contoh kan, kau buat event hackathon dekat university, right? Kalau kau buat event hackathon dekat university, ataupun kau keep in touch with their students kan, kau dari awal dah boleh target student yang hebat-hebat, and kau boleh jadi like first person, first contact person dorang kalau dorang nak cari kerja. Walaupun dorang turn down kau punya offer, but still kau ada target. So macam aku tinggal sebelah Unimas, and aku rapat dengan lecturer kat sana. So kadang-kadang budak-budak master kat situ, aku scout lah. Push sampai je gaji 20k. Kalau gaji 20k dia senang kalau aku masuk Web3 dengan remote international. Okay, since Bell pun dah settle technical issue, kita start dengan resume review should be short sebab usually kalau aku buat resume review untuk member-member community dekat sini, dia tak lama, around 20 minutes. Okay, tapi ada Q&A lah nanti kan, so you can ask me anything about resume ataupun interview bila nak jawab itu interview. Mirul tak cari pun, dia ada bisnes sendiri Still learning stage. Ya betul. Alright, semua dapat tengok skrip. And adakah semua boleh baca font size tu? Yang tu penting. Aku tak nak korang perlu pakai cermin mata jarak dekat. Adik aku sekali kat tempat situ, tapi dia pun graduate program lah. Semua okay tengok font. Okay, aku ada buat fictional resume, tiada kena mengena dengan yang hidup ataupun yang sudah pergi. Okay, right. So kita ada resume Barbara Gordon. Okay, dia ada nama dia dekat atas with this very beautiful green color, olive green, and dia guna tiga color, hitam, this olive green, and somewhat off white, or is this grey? I think this is grey. So tiga color. Okay, so bila dia list letak resume dia letak nombor telefon, email, LinkedIn dia, sekali untuk personal information, untuk contact. So semua benda ni adalah important, tapi ada few things missing. Okay, nanti aku explain further. And then untuk personal experience dia punya timeline tu bagus, right? From top to bottom dia ikut chronology lah. So this one is October 2019 until present, which is the latest one. And then if we scroll down, dia yang previous one and the last one. And then dia juga ada listkan dia punya relevant skill. So dia ada C, C++, Java, PHP, Laravel, Ruby on Rails, Ruby, Microsoft Office, Slack, teamwork. Okay, yang ni more to personal skill lah. Teamwork and good communicator. So now aku nak bagi tahu like what's wrong with this resume. Okay, first, dia tak ada letak dia located dekat mana, and this one is optional. Aku jarang buat ni sebenarnya. Letak GitHub untuk dia punya personal project. So kalau kau compare diri kau dengan macam other people kan, other people dorang macam wow portfolio gempak apa semua, but if you're not trying to achieve the best career out there, you can still survive without having a portfolio. Tapi chances kau agak tipis because you're competing with a lot of student yang keluar dari universiti with lots of side projects. So keep that in mind. Also another disclaimer, apa yang aku cakap, take it with a grain of salt. Everyone's situation is different. Okay. Alright, so for the latest personal experience dia ada led a team of software engineers in the development and maintenance of web and mobile applications, collaborated with cross-functional teams to design, implement, and test new features, conducted code reviews and provided guidance to junior team members, improve application performance, create milestones and lists of features to be done, maintain taskboard and assign to developers, design scalable software architecture, implemented CI/CD pipeline for automated testing and deployment, work closely with clients to understand their requirements and provide technical solutions. So, what's wrong with this resume? Okay, dear lead software engineer, all the things that's listed here, that is the bare minimum of what you write in your resume. This is just the job description of a lead software engineer. Tapi apa yang kita aim bila tulis resume kan, we want to highlight our skill, we want to highlight our talent, we also want to highlight our impact and achievement towards the towards the business, towards stakeholders, towards your towards the people around you. Maybe you work in a community, and also the impact towards yourself, especially when it's for learning purpose. So macam side project that you have, certain stuff is for learning purpose, and you can use it to highlight your self-learning, your initiative, as well as the skills that you've picked up, the technical skills. Okay, next, Ruby on Rails developer, still sama. Dia mostly talk on job description, and then this one is also the job description. So the content untuk setiap position ni pun dah kurang. Dia just beritahu dia punya responsibility tapi tidak explain further on what has been achieved or kenapa dia buat benda tu. Okay, another thing yang aku notice since dari aku fresh grade sampai sekarang, I've been doing this for 7 years now. Aku notice that 2 column and too many colors is actually bad for the readers. Aku banyak dapat callback bila aku guna 1 column and simple design. So, one of the resume template yang aku selalu suggest to everyone bila dorang buat resume is the Harvard resume format. Harvard resume format is very simple. Dia ada at most 2 color, at most 3 color, tapi the third color tu sangat subtle. Okay, sangat kurang penggunaan dia untuk interrupt. Kadang color yang 3 tu just untuk link website je, contoh personal website ke, untuk link ini. Kalau macam ni tak boleh tekan kan, selalunya orang guna third color tu. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to improve this resume. Okay, first thing, kita dah nampak with the format itself, it looks more professional. It uses 3 color. The third color is the URL or the email. Second color is an off gray. This is not entirely black. This is somewhat gray. And then it's just a white background. So it's easier on the eyes. So when the readers read from top to bottom and then left to right, okay, they can take the whole space of the page to read your resume. But here, cognitively, they need to actively aware that they need to focus on this side. They cannot go from here and then to here, which kalau dorang do that, it will distract them from the content that you want to show them. Okay, the highlight that you want to show them. And then we've also included more information about the applicant. We have the phone number, the email, the city, news, the personal website as well as the LinkedIn. Kalau nak letak GitHub dekat sini pun boleh letak GitHub. So you can also buat something like this. Lama tertekan. Website, contoh macam ni. So because you can host static website guna GitHub kan, so you boleh tulis macam ni lah. GitHub, then GitHub something something. Something github.com. Macam tu. Ini just tukar balik lah. Ini malas. Kadang aku tak reti sangat pakai Word. GitHub. Okay. So you can do like GitHub dekat sini and GitHub dekat sini untuk the repository. Alright. And then what we've also done with the resume is adding an executive summary for this particular person. Okay, kita ada bio, areas of expertise, and then selected accomplishments. For professional experience, I will only explain one part, one position. The rest aku tutup because this is actually my actual resume, tapi ada tukar-tukar sikit lah. Okay, anyway, another tips for you guys, kalau korang cari local punya position, local punya opportunity, kerja-kerja dalam Malaysia, what you need to do is letak benda ni. Yeah, this is important. So let's say you are in PJ, Petaling Jaya, and then state is Selangor lah kan, because everyone knows where Petaling Jaya is. Tapi for some city or for some region ada share nama within walaupun different states, so you still have to letak states lah, plus it looks more professional. But if you are looking for an international job, whether remote ke, on-site ke, what you need to do is guna state and then country. So you have two different types of format untuk different types of company. So dalam masa kau cari kerja tu, make sure you have two version of resume. Actually not just two version. You can do multiple version created specifically for the job description that they show, which I will further explain later. Alright, so for Barbara Gordon, she is currently a lead software engineer. Tapi kalau dia refer dia sendiri to everyone else, dia adalah lead full stack developer. Because she wants to highlight that she's a lead as well as a full stack developer. Because that's the catchy punya title name sekarang kan? Not sekarang, dah lama dah. So using this, she carries herself as a lead full stack developer everywhere she goes, every time she applies for job, every time she networks with people at events, she would refer herself as lead full stack developer. So let's say lah, dia punya latest kerja is not lead software engineer, just full stack developer. She can still become lead full stack developer. And then for some title, there are nama-nama yang kau patut drop. Usually aku akan recommend people to drop the word junior, the word mid-level, and then the word intern sometimes. The word intern. Usually orang kan tahu, oh kau kerja 3 bulan. That means you're doing an internship. Kau kerja 6 bulan. That means you're doing an internship. So you can just drop the intern. Why? It's because of perception. Because of perception. So the perception is that juniors are inexperienced and interns are not considered as fully entering the workforce. Macam intern tu tak sepatutnya letak dekat years of experience. Yang tu usually is the case with job markets. but still we want to remove that perception on our resume walaupun tu adalah intern. Tapi tak apa, during interview you can still expand on that's just an internship. Doesn't really do much unless you've done great things during your internship. Okay, Bell ada question, maknanya tak perlu ikut title current company bagi. Tak perlu. This is basically your biography. If you want to put freelance full stack developer pun tak ada masalah. It depends on what target are you are targeting lah. Kalau company to offer side project with 20 hours part time, then letaklah freelance full stack developer. But for me, I will always refer myself to lead full stack developer wherever I go. I just want to keep make people keep in mind that aku boleh lead a team, aku boleh buat front end as well as aku boleh buat back end. So that title, just carry yourself with it. So for fresh grad, kalau korang adalah data scientist, don't put junior data scientist or aspiring data scientist. Just word the adjectives untuk describe level of proficiency. Okay, and then we have the biography untuk this person. Okay, so what are we looking for in a biography? So after you've been in the workforce for a while, there are things that has been proven. There are things that has been battle tested, industry tested, and then there are skills that you want to highlight when the readers first view this resume, when they first read this resume. So what I would always do is that I would give certain statements that shows me that I'm experienced in the things that I want to talk about, and it's a proven statement. Okay, so contoh experienced lead software engineer with strong background in developing and deploying scalable high performance and web mobile applications. Alright, let's just highlight this. Okay, sentence ni adalah kerja biasa. The things that you do every day as a software engineer. Semua orang buat development, semua orang buat deployment. Okay, not semua orang. Kalau ada DevOps dalam company, then tak adalah deploying tu. And then semua orang buat web and mobile applications, but why do I include it there? Because I'm experienced in doing this, and I also use fancy words to write this statement. So it's a good thing that it's on my resume. It catches the reader's attention very fast, that they would want to show interest in reading the rest of my resume. Okay, and then I also showed that I have variety of skills that is very useful to highlight, or at least during interview I would explain to them, this is actually my current stack. Okay, so it also shows the variety of things that I'm doing currently, and also to kurangkan highlight the things that I don't want to do. So some of the things that I have experience in but I don't want to do is Java. I don't want to do Java, so I don't put it here. And this is mostly my current tech stack. Sorry, not my current tech stack, previous company punya tech stack. Right. That's tech skill. And then how about interpersonal skill? I also have proven ability to lead and motivate teams to deliver high quality solutions that exceed client expectations. But there are other things that you can talk about if you're not a lead. You can talk about how you have self-learned skill without guided learning style, or you can talk about the initiative that you've taken. You can talk about how you collaborate better with other people. You can talk about how the way that you write code or your passion in certain topics. So you can write about anything in this biography as long as it is catchy and uh, that you feel that people would actually want to hire me because of this, or people would actually read through my resume because of this, right? Okay, and then for the next section, areas of expertise. Again, this is a very short summary of the skills that she does, right? So Gordon, so Barbara, she knows software and cloud architecture. Then she knows front end development. She knows back end development. She knows mobile development. She knows database design and management, DevOps, technical management and mentoring, as well as agile development methodologies. Okay, for some of you, you probably have a certain amount of expertise that you've gathered throughout your career. Untuk yang baru nak masuk workforce, you can just letak contoh software and cloud architecture, because during your FYP mana ada orang buat architecture untuk kau. You can put front end, back end dengan mobile, database confirm you have done it. Technical management, maybe you can replace it with technical documentation. For example, some of you probably ada deal with SRS, SDS, those kind of documentations. You've probably also done ERD. You've also done class diagrams. So you can put a lot of things inside areas of expertise. But when I say areas of expertise, you're not actually an expert in any of them. Of course, for Barbara, she is not expert in everything that's listed here, but she has a certain amount of expertise in each of these topic. Okay, the keyword here is a certain amount of expertise, but not a full expert, right? Okay, keep that in mind. Next section, selected accomplishments. So what this resume aim is for this section adalah untuk pick 3 points throughout their career untuk letak apa yang paling bangga untuk dorang. Okay, for people that has been in the industry, it would totally look very different to yang baru grade or during mid level. Okay, so for example, she's proud that she has led a team before. She has grown a team from maybe dari sikit jadi to a certain amount. Okay, she's proud of that and she wants to share this with the readers. So again, dia dah tulis dekat sini, dia tulis lagi dekat sini, doesn't matter. It's just a good way to highlight and for the readers to keep in mind that she has the skill. Developing and launching complex or mobile applications on time and within budget. Okay, this is also a normal thing for any developers and siapa-siapa pun boleh tulis ni. Improving application performance and reliability through the implementation of optimization techniques and bug fixes. Again, this is also something very normal for software engineers to do, right? So, selected accomplishments, letak 3. Okay, now we go to professional experience. For professional experience, there are certain guidelines that you can use to write whatever content it is for the positions that you are in right now. So what you want to write is what you're doing, why you're doing it, and the impact of the results towards the stakeholders, towards the business, and towards yourself. So these 3 things, right? So if you look here, led a team of software engineers in the development maintenance of web and mobile applications. Now we have reworded it. Led a team of software engineers in the development and maintenance of web applications using a variety of technologies, including da 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 da. Okay? Then we can add even further. Start comma, increasing team headcounts. Okay. Why does team headcounts matter for lead punya position because you create jobs, and that's something that you should be proud of. Collaborated with cross-functional teams to design, implement, and test new features and functionality. So, kalau kita compare dengan previous one, this is just a job description, but this one, it has the why and the impact, okay? Which is maintaining tight communication, transparency, and expectations among the teams. Aku lupa nak tulis ni, okay? So we have the what, why, impact. The next one, conducted code reviews and provided guidance to junior team members, growing the team through knowledge sharing and building trust and confidence. Boleh letak koma kat sini. Again, the what, the why, and the impact. Okay, so this is your impact to the team. Improve application performance by implementing optimization techniques, caching, and load balancing. So yang ni just a what, dia tak ada why, and then dia tak ada impact. This is just straight to the point of improving application performance. For some points you can keep it short and succinct if it's straight to the point. But if you write everything very wordy, your resume is going to take up a lot of space. And then the next one, create milestones and list of features to be done, maintain taskboard and assign to developers, keeping timeline and risk in check for remote work and async communications. Now, if you have managed a team within a remote setting, that is very impressive because not only have you need to maintain an async communications culture throughout the organizations, you also have to keep deadlines and risks at a minimum. Right, the next one, straightforward, design scalable software architecture, implemented CI/CD for automated testing and deployment. Straightforward. Work closely with clients to understand their requirements and provide technical solutions. This actually I can expand more. I think I have expanded this, tapi tak kena save kot. So yes, untuk part position, always remember the what, the why, impact. So why do we want to do this? You want the readers to know what you are doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it. So let's say that you have developed a system, a HR system for your company. Okay, then explain what you're doing. Okay, you're creating a HR system that solves certain problems using certain technical stacks, and the impact is that the efficiency for the HR teams increased by 50% when you reduce their workload to manage and collect documents from newcomers from 15 minutes to 3 minutes per document. So something like that. You have put you have included your users, your stakeholder, as well as the achievement that you get from that particular activity. Okay, always remember what, why, and the impact. All right. Okay, so before I move to the next section, I would like to ask pula. Kalau siapa-siapa ada question, boleh tanya sekarang while I sip on my coffee. And I will answer to the best of my ability. Certain company bagi title programmer je. Padahal in real, it's actually full dev, stack dev. Okay. Masa aku first year dalam career ni, okay, aku punya title is executive developer. Executive developer. Yeah. So I had to explain to a lot of interviewers what an executive developer is, but mostly they understand lah. It's just that it's just a software developer with executive punya level. Masa tu aku E1, so developer. So I had to explain to a lot of interviewers. But as I go through my career, aku dah macam malas lah nak kisah pasal kerja lama aku. But I do from time to time try to improve it. What's the percentage of the targeted company cross-checking the applicants? Company. Huh? What's the percentage of the targeted company cross-checking the applicants? Dia masih ada kat sini ke? Dia dah keluar. I don't understand the question. Is it background check? Background check, most big companies will use something like Experian untuk buat background check. And then dorang ada tools lain untuk buat resume reference. I don't have much experience. Can list my personal project instead. Yes, I. And I will show you how. Okay, Zephyr is typing. We're gonna wait for that before proceeding. Banyak pressure dekat Zephyr sekarang ni. Macam mana nak justify major metrics? Contoh kalau kita cakap we save company 50% of cost reduction. It's more transparent if you're in a lead position or management punya position. For example, kalau kau ada handle improvement, a very major improvement of something that, let's say kau pakai AWS kan kau pakai is an extra large instance, which is very expensive per hour. Okay, extra large instance, dah lah extra large instance, lepas tu kau pakai 4 extra large instance behind a load balancer. So instead of 4 extra large instance, maybe you have done something to alleviate maybe the heavy workload. Contoh kau extract a few functions from the current monoliths, extract that into a microservice, finally reducing the workload untuk the whole application. Maybe you get it from extra large to large or extra large to medium punya size. Okay, so now how do you actually use that metric? For extra large, dia harga dia contoh 3x. Okay, untuk high 2x. Untuk medium 1x. Let's say kau dah not only you downgrade the extra large pergi large, but at the same time you decrease 4 instance jadi 3 instance. From there you can calculate, okay, like per month 3x is how much? 3x for 4 instances tu berapa banyak? Berapa amount dia dalam sebulan? And then you kira pula 3x which is for 2x which is for large, you darab dengan 3, you darab dengan the number of days within the months, you compare the two, you use the comparison for percentage, and then you can see how much difference is the percentage between those two, whether it decrease in spending or increasing in spending. So you can justify that because you not only have to 2x times 3 for the whole month, you also have to consider the fact that you've also deployed new instances for the microservices, albeit that may be smaller and negligible in terms of kalau kau compare with the extra large instance. For extra large instance for a month versus a few microservice on top of the large instance for 3 instance. Yeah, if you understand. Macam mana kita nak explain kalau ada career gap dekat resume? Macam mana kita nak explain? Oh, okay. To add on to cost reduction, there are other metrics juga. So let's say kau dah remove technical debt, untuk to the point that you can reduce headcounts. You can say cost reduction there as well. Let's say you have also find alternatives to the tools that you are using, from paid enterprise version to open source solutions. You can reduce. That's also cost reduction. You just have to ask lah, who's the person in charge of dealing with these items. Macam mana kita nak explain kalau ada career gap dekat resume? Okay, so this personally happened to me before. So in November last year, I had to be let go from my company. Alright, I had to be let go from my company, and I had to explain to everyone that why I'm leaving the company. So cari kerja masa tu is quite hard because during November to December, people are very busy trying to end their year sebab 12 because December Christmas, lepas tu 1st of January dah New Year. So people will extend their holiday from before December until right after New Year's. So there's a lot. So during December and during January baru aku punya job search start to pick up. So I have to explain that 1 month, but that 1 month is not that significant. But I do still have to explain to people why I was let go. Right? So with career gap, there are certain things that you can justify yourself as being capable. There are multiple ways where I would do it. Usually, the strategy that I go with, it's not a career gap, but a technical language punya gap. So, for example, Ruby on Rails developer ni, okay, aku last buat dia adalah October 2019. Tetapi aku cari kerja and then dapat kerja Ruby on Rails December 2022. Does that mean I totally forgot how to do programming? No. Programming punya skill is like a fundamental skill. Bila kau dah belajar benda tu, you don't easily forget that. The same way, you don't forget macam mana nak buat sandwich kalau kau dah tak makan sandwich for 6 bulan. Okay, you can use that as a justification bila bila you go for interviews. For this type of situations, you can justify it like this. I do have a career gap between this time and this time. I was dealing with personal matters, or you can say you are taking sabbaticals to perform better when you enter a new phase of your career development or your career journey. Just say you're taking sabbaticals. That sounds inspiring. Or sabbaticals. What have you done during sabbaticals? You can say stuff like you've explored the world, you've met people, you've explored yourself towards different types of industry, you have done your research during your free time. You can say a lot of things, right? You can say a lot of things, but finally the nail in the coffin is that, but just because I have taken rest, taken a gap in my career, I taken my sabbatical, does not mean I forget entirely about the skills that I've learned, but mention specifically about the skills that you've learned. So you can say something like, it's not that doesn't mean that I forget on how to do programming, and then you can add some humor to it, like I did with the sandwich thing just now. Doesn't mean I forget how to do a sandwich if I did not have sandwich for a few months, right? I mean, that's logical, right? And if you've also explained that you have learned something else during your career gap, that you managed to sneak in your time to learn, so you actually have not abandoned your skill. You have actually sharpened your skill. So that's one way of justifying career gap. Yeah. Okay. I did 2 months internship, then was accepted as SW for 3 months before the company downsized, let off. Should I include these 5 months in my experience? There are ways, there are ways that I have done before. If you can see at this part here. Oh, there's another one. This one, Weaver Tech Sendirian Berhad, programmer. Okay. It's October until August until October. But on this resume, would you think this is an internship? Or would you think this is my first job? This is my first job. Yes, it was in Taipan. Taipan Subang Jaya. Taipan Subang Jaya kan? I think Taipan is Subang Jaya. I still remember the LRT trips that I take. So it was in Taipan, but the management is so toxic. I have to be the project manager. I have to be the programmer. I have to be the QA, and I have to be the key person to the project where I travel. I travel to uh, client punya office, meet with their CEO and their COO every week, every Thursday, and it was hell. And I have to take Grab. And Taipan to Cheras is not near, and I don't have that much money because I just migrated from Sarawak to Taling Jaya. So it was hell for me for the 3 months. Just before they give me the offer letter, I quit the job. So this has been here for quite a while in my resume, and people think this is my internship. So Sai, if you want to start fresh with your next job, right? You just put the first job in, leave out your internship, and people will think that your first job as the SWE is your internship, and you can start over as a fresh grad. I'm so sorry that has to happen to you. I'm so sorry that you've been let go. But you can also try to experiment lah. You can put the 2 months internship and then put the 3 months internship. But then you would have to explain to employers why you have to jump. Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, good luck, Sai. I know it's a tough position to be laid off. It gives you, depending on the reasons why you were laid off, it gives you lots of uncertainty. It hits your confidence like a train, because I've been there before. It makes you feel like you have no value. But fret not. Even with getting laid off, sometimes you're insecure, but your own skill. There are the future is bright. Actually, the future is very bright. Yeah, right. If only I can tell you the value of this resume that I'm showing today. Okay, skills. Okay, skills. Kalau korang ada banyak skills, you cannot just lump up small skills with comma. You have to strategically display them in a way that you want to highlight it. Okay? So, for me, benda-benda yang aku tak suka, or benda yang aku rasa macam, oh, this is just a language, or like basic language, aku letak in other. Aku letak in other. So, if you read, like C++, C, Objective-C, Java, and to a certain point, these three friendship here, I don't want any job that involves this anymore. Wait, here. This. I don't want this job anymore. I am avoiding it at all costs. So I put it in other. But for front end development, from left to right, it shows that how much I am comfortable with the language. So I put JavaScript 2 dekat sini. I tak perasan pula. Left to right, I put like how much comfortable I am with the language. Vue.js, React.js, tapi terbalik sebenarnya. Tapi depending on the job description, I put this as second. Flutter, Tailwind, Bootstrap, TypeScript, JavaScript. I just list out everything that I know. Not everything that I know, that everything that I want to highlight. There are more than this, tapi tak guna juga kalau aku list panjang-panjang, tapi job description just nak React.js. So it's depending on the resume that you build. And then for back-end development, from left to right, again, from confidence to my less confident skill. Nest.js, Node.js, Express, Laravel, Ruby on Rails, serverless. Serverless includes stuff like Firebase Cloud Function, stuff like that lah. Yang AWS pun ada serverless dorang juga. I've tried it out back in 2016. So, but I would like to avoid that if possible. Serverless is a very specific use case sebenarnya. So Nest.js, you can see that it's JavaScript that I'm very confident with. And then Laravel, and then Ruby on Rails. But somehow Ruby on Rails punya kerja will always hunt me down, and aku dapat kerja Ruby on Rails. But that's because there's not a lot of supply, but there is a lot of demand internationally. And then database design and management. So I list from left to right my skill untuk database. Same goes to everything else. Okay, cloud integration is something that yang kira yang lain-lain lah sebenarnya. Macam Redis, OneSignal, PubNub, AWS, GCP, DigitalOcean. That's very specific to the product kan. You can list it down. So macam AWS, aku tak boleh nak listkan semua AWS produk yang aku pakai. The same goes to GCP. But for DigitalOcean aku pakai satu je. Satu jenis dia yang $10 ke yang $5 punya instance tu, the cheap one for myself. AWS I've done macam biasalah EC2, Elastic Beanstalk, Root53, etc. GCP dia punya apa nama dia, App Engine, Compute Engine. So you can put it there, right? Skills. Yup, USJ, Taipan Subang. Okay, nice way of putting it. Yes, getting laid off is not the end. Yes, getting laid off is not the end of the world. But it feels like the end of the world. I was lucky that I have a great support system around me. People who supports me. So, yeah. Also, that's also one of the important thing to have emergency saving. Ingat, untuk yang fresh grad tu, jangan spend all your money on unnecessary stuff. Because living cost in Semenanjung is not cheap. Okay. University. Okay. This one is standard. Just letak education and then position pula. Program dia punya apa nama? Dia punya content then tarikh. Date. Dia punya date. Sebenarnya okay, so depending on your career journey, you might want to put education on top instead. So especially for fresh grad with work experience yang tak banyak, you can put education at the top because you want to highlight your education instead of apa nama? I forgot what I want to say. You highlight your education instead of your work experience if it's hard to highlight your work experience. Okay, this part I like to combine all of it together sebab itulah untuk save space sebenarnya. And also untuk just include everything together. Sebab aku selalunya malas tulis resume. Anyway, you can put your side projects here. You can put your contributions to open source project. You can put apa nama? Your competition achievement awards ke. Okay. So for example, Scout Market open source project. Ingat guideline yang aku buat tadi? So what you're doing, why you're doing it, and the impact. Okay. So for example, collaborated and contributed to the open source project that helps business owner target new niche and retain existing customers. Instances of the project was used to deploy affordable solutions to nearby businesses, increasing the incoming patrons. So this is the impact. Affordable solutions, impact. Nearby businesses, that's impact towards your community around you. This is your why. This is your why. Let's color that differently. Oh my goodness, that's the wrong color. Green. Change. Okay, green. Green is good. Green is safe. What you're doing, collaborated and contributed to the open source project. That's what you're doing. But you can also explain about Scout Market. But ni saja dah dua ayat. So kalau nak explain pasal Scout Market, it'll be 3 sentences. So depending on the real set of your resume space, you can add that if you want. So you can say whatever. And this is an example of competitions. Won first place in a national hackathon. So sometimes when I read some of the resumes that I've reviewed before, no offense to the people that I have reviewed before. So let's say lah, example, won first place in national hackathon. That's it. That's all they write. Or sometimes they write hack the city 2020. First place sprint category. Okay. Okay, what do you want to highlight here? Are you just bragging? Are you just bragging? So yes, don't just brag. Explain why you should brag. Even even better, you should brag even more. Okay, you should be super bragging. For example, you can brag about being first place, second place, or third place out of how many teams, out of how many people. Let's say you're competing with 20 teams. You're first place among 20 teams in a national competition. So you can say that, brag even more. And then you can also use the guideline that I give you. The what, the why, and the impact. Here we go. Yellow. Kuning balik. The increase efficiency, maintaining fleets of garbage trucks. The aim to provide improved trash. Okay, yang ni sebenarnya I just write whatever. Just bagi korang contoh sebenarnya. Let a team of four again. Highlight of leadership. Proposing solution. This is your why. And this is your what and why. Yes. And then this is your bragging right if you are featured in the news. Have been featured in the news. Again, same goes to batch ledger. What, why, impact. Always do that. So, contoh part ni. The third one, the third example is a self-learn punya project. So you can say this impact is you can say stuff lah. Basically, so self-learning Ruby on Rails framework empowered me to develop this project significantly. Then the impact is added further, reducing development time and increase productivity. So this actually nama dia lain, but the content is the same. This is my FYP project. FYP project aku pakai Ruby on Rails. Aku buat cloud accounting system. And I get like bronze. I get bronze punya medal. So I put it here. But at the end of the day, it's for me to do self learning. Dekat universiti mana ada orang ajar dekat universiti aku Ruby. Aku rasa UM ada ajar Ruby. Tapi dekat universiti aku tak ada Ruby. Mostly Java, PHP, C, C++, the usual stuff lah. Prolog, stuff like that. Assembly language for one semester. So this is just an opportunity for me to self-learn Ruby and try to get my foot into the industry. Right? So that's it for today's resume review. I hope why choose ROR. Anyway, I'll expand on that further bell. I hope this has been fruitful for everyone. Productive bonding indeed. Kalau nak template ni, I don't know lah. Aku tak tahu mana aku jumpa template ni. Aku jumpa somewhere and people keep asking me where did I get this. I forgot. Okay. Bell, why choose ROR? Because during my internship, I use ROR. My internship dekat mana dekat tempat orang kaya tu. Monkera. Monkera. Dekat Monkera. During 2015, the startup industry, the startup scene was so bustling. So one of the chosen stack is ROR, and the mobile stack is Ionic. And mobile first was so trendy at that time. So we played around with ROR because that's also one of the popular framework yang Twitter pakai. So Twitter used to use ROR at one point before they switch. So a lot of startups follow the footsteps to use ROR, even though in reality, the talent pool for ROR is very hard to find. So every time that I deal with clients yang pakai ROR, yang susah nak cari pekerja, I suggest them to start extracting their services into either Laravel or JavaScript. Tempat orang kaya, ya. Saya kerja dekat Monkera, tinggal dekat apa nama tempat tu? Segambut. 3 orang share satu bilik. Ada orang share link Harvard resume rasa hari tu. Ya, yeah, akulah orang tu. Ada dekat some forum somewhere. Search lah Harvard. Okay, anyone else yang nak tanya soalan, nak naik jadi speaker, just ask away. Because career kan is very hard to navigate. You can ask me anything. You can ask me anything that is not related to the topic today. Because I will end this session exactly at 10:45. So just chill lah. Kalau korang nak drop je lah. It's okay. It's just the Q&A session yang selalunya apa? Take time. May I PM you my resume for review later? Okay, before you PM you my resume for review, I want you to try putting whatever my advice is from today, and then you send me for review, and then you send it to me. Okay? Okay, Sai? Yeah. Right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, for anyone that is first time dengar aku bercakap kat TEF Talk ni, I rarely share about technical because the others are doing a very good job with that, and then because also I'm lazy to prepare materials before talks. So I usually talk about career punya stuff. I also talk about personal improvement and how you can grow throughout your career. What about bolding text to emphasize on the keyword? You can do that, but it's quite distracting. But you can do that. You can do that. I do advise some people to bold their sentences because they like it. So I tailor lah dorang punya resume sebab orang suka bold. Like this one, for example. This one. Okay. There, bold. That's your technical skill there. But try reading it. Is it the skill that you want to highlight or the whole thing? If it's the whole thing, don't bold everything. But it's just the skill that you want to highlight, then bold the skills. Is it recommended to nego our salary even if the company already give the amount we expected? Yes. Yes, of course. Of course. Is it recommended to nego our salary even if the company already give the amount we expected? I talked about salary negotiations before. But yes, you nego, and there are tactics that you can do that. You can use leverage from other offer, as well as you can also just straight up tell them, straight up tell them, like if they give you a salary range, right? You just say, let's say, don't offer you 5,000, but you actually want a 7,000. Okay, if you have leverage, you can just stand your ground. Check out. I'm looking for 7,000 instead. Can we discuss on that further? And then they'll talk to finance. If they reject you, then the worst part is they say no to you. Yeah. The worst part is they say no to you. But there is also a but. They say no to you, but the offer still stands. Or they say yes. Yes is an achievement. But what's the worst thing that can happen? They just say no to you. I can also say no to you. No. Okay. For what reason I'm saying no to you? No reason. Just no. Is it the skills? Yeah. Remember, if you guys ever get rejected for something that is minuscule in effect to you, kalau orang cakap no kan, they just said no. Either you are better off somewhere else, or the no is just a no, but the the offer is still on the table. So yes, it's just a no for for the price of asking a better salary. The consequences is just a no. Kalau aku cakap dengan korang kan, we're at the negotiation table, and and aku letak 7,000 on the table. Is that enough? It's never enough. We're human. We're greedy. The living cost has increased. We want a better quality of life. Of course, it's not enough. Kalau boleh, usually interviewers tanya aku, uh, is how about 7,000? Is it enough? You can. Sometimes I joke with them. You know, it's never enough, right? Even if you offer me 100,000 per month, I still say it's not going to be enough. But for the price range, then you say lah. And I usually say, but for this position, I think 7,500 is better for me. Can we do that? Then they usually go, okay, I'll talk to the finance team. And then most of the time they say yes to me. Yes, nak beli course lagi, nak beli buku lagi. Okay, 10:39. Any other questions? Any other questions? Oh, Bel MZ, Arif Mustaqim, Mirul, Nanami, Zephyr, Rocky Balboa, Isabella, Hussein, Esdil, Hafiz, 2603, Faik 913, Fear Cube, Fear Cube 666, Razik, Rabiatul Nazira, Sai, Oh Allah, Maya, Tarek, Kiao, Ira, Ira. Thank you for listening to until the end. I think dah tak ada question lain lagi, so we'll end the session for today, and we'll see again maybe in the future. But I hope this has been good for everyone lah. That you learn something, and it's a productive monkey. I'm sorry, Atomic Monkey, but we just ended the session. Sorry, you can view the recordings later. Again, thanks Bell for the technical support today. Bye everyone. I wanna do chores now.